Hi everyone, you've made a very good choice. I see you've selected the commentary on the menu. Welcome to it. I'm going to comment on an article titled The 20 Top Pop Songs of All Time plus Australia's Top 10. Now, a disclaimer, when they say all time, the source of this is the Australian magazine from February 18 to 19? Yeah, must be a weekend. February 18th to 19th, 1995, 31 years ago. Now, they don't really explain, but I don't think it's ranked. It says top 20, or maybe it is ranked 20 to 1. If so, I don't agree. I'll tell you what I mean. We'll start with number 20 and go to number 1. I hope it means just a collection of 20 songs rather than 20th is the okay, and number 1 is the best. Anyway, I'll comment as we go along. So at number 20, they've put Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen, Freddie Mercury. Okay, there's really not much to be said. I think most people would agree who enjoy listening to music, have go to concerts. If you were a bit lucky enough to see Freddie Mercury and Queen live while he was still on this earth, that is an amazing song, and I would put that at number 1, actually. Don't hate me in the comments. I wouldn't say I'm a Queen fan in terms of an active member, an active fan. Like if I went to a trivia night about Queen, I'd probably fail. Like I don't know Freddie Mercury's birth date or death date, for instance. I don't know how many albums they had, etc. So, but that song Bohemian Rhapsody is amazing. So that's ranked at number 20 according to the Australian magazine at the time, 1995, mind you. Just remember that. Imagine you're 1995, if you can, if you're already born. Number 19, they've put Maggie May. Ooh, that's an interesting shot. Let's flip the camera. That's better. Okay, Maggie May was by Rod Stewart. It's an alright song. Again, I'm not a super fan of Rod Stewart's discography. I did see him for the first time when he toured Melbourne. I don't actually remember the year. Within the last 2 years. That was at Rod Laver Arena. Memory, yeah. Yeah, I like most of his discography. Maggie May, it's an okay song, but they've put it at number 19. Again, this is not my top 20. The Australian magazine, 1995. Yeah, so really don't have much more to say. It's an okay song, but yeah, does it belong there? It's up to you how you feel. I'm just putting my left hand strategically there so I don't give away the next number. But the next one, 18, I don't want to give away number 17 too early. So number 18, we have Every Breath You Take by Sting. There's Sting on the right-hand side there with long hair. Yep, Every Breath You Take. Sting, was it Sting? It was Sting, wasn't it? Yes, I admit, I don't know, did I have a mental episode or something? I did have a ticket to see him at Rod Laver Arena. Again, I can't remember the date exactly, but I walked out. I know, I love music. If you're a long-term viewer of my channel, you know I love music. I sing karaoke covers. I have a huge CD collection. Yeah, I love Pet Shop Boys, Kylie, etc. Anyway, that's off for the tangent. Basically, yes, Sting, he toured Melbourne, and I don't know, maybe after about 3 songs, I just wasn't feeling it, and I walked out. I do remember the floor staff doing their job. As I approached the exit, they said, "Are you coming back in?" So they're probably going to issue me a, what do you call it, one of those, I can't think of it, a pass to let you back in. But I said no. They didn't question that. Then I just walked out and went back to my car and drove home. It's only the 3 first songs. Like, it wasn't even the encore or getting to any of the, he would have played a lot of his hits. I don't think he was promoting any new album at the time. So, yeah, he would have left Every Breath You Take probably till the encore, I would say. And like I said, I walked out after the second or third song. I don't know what possessed me. Maybe something did possess me. I've never walked out of a concert before. That would have been my first and only one. Hopefully not again. I don't know. I paid for the ticket, so it wasn't like it was a complimentary ticket. Someone could make it one night and they give you their ticket. I paid that out of my own money, and I didn't watch the entire concert. Strange. So if he ever tours Melbourne again, I don't want to promise, I will see him again, so I at least can say that I've seen a concert of his. It's in its entirety. So they've put that at number 18 again. Yes, not my choice. I'm just commenting on this article. All right, number 17. I know Beatles fans out there are going to say, what? They've placed this at number 17, Strawberry Fields Forever. And they've credited the writers there. The Beatles, I know, I am familiar with the Beatles music. How could you not be? When I say a familiarity, let's say. Again, if I went to a trivia night on the Beatles, I'd probably fail. I don't know any of their birthdays or death days. But yeah, when you hear a Beatles song, it just takes you back to that time, doesn't it? It takes you back to the 60s. I remember images, I wasn't born at that time, of fans everywhere, like in Melbourne, screaming when they came at Melbourne Airport and they arrived. People were screaming for them, screaming for them when they came to Melbourne. I don't know what venue it was at the time that they played at, but yeah, they've got worldwide fans. And yeah, placed that song at number 17. Again, the song choice is interesting. Of the whole catalogue of the Beatles, they've chosen Strawberry Fields Forever. It's a great song. They're all great songs. Maybe some songs are better. I just wouldn't think I wouldn't select that song for this article if I was had any input in this article. And they said, hey, let's put a Beatles song there. What should we put? I wouldn't have chosen Strawberry Fields Forever. There's so many other songs you could. So I'm laughing. But no, I'm just laughing at the choice. There's so many songs of the Beatles you could put. Maybe they found it difficult to reduce it to just one choice. Actually, I don't know if there's multiple entries. Is there more than one entry for the Beatles or for Queen? Anyway, we'll see. Anyway, let's get to number 16. Okay, number 16 is R.E.M., Losing My Religion. Yes, the common theme is already forming that these are all established artists, decades with experience and discographies. So again, that R.E.M. song is a great song. Yes, actually, I probably would agree. I'm not much of a fan of R.E.M. I like some of their music, but again, I don't know more than a handful of songs. Losing My Religion, I do know. So that's probably a good choice. R.E.M. fans are probably upset that they're so low down in this top 20. But yeah, for that one, I'd have to agree. Again, not being a super fan, never have seen them live. Yeah, so that's R.E.M. Okay, coming in at number 15 is Waterloo Sunset by Davies. Okay, I did have to read that little paragraph as well. I don't know who that person is, but he's from the Kinks. That one, I'm afraid, yeah, that's foreign territory for me, so I don't want to say much more because it's not familiar to me. So, yeah, Kinks fans out there, you rejoice that they're included in this top 20, but I have no comment about that one. Next at number 14, we have Brown Sugar by Jagger and Richards. Yes, did you pick up the hesitation in my voice? I nearly forgot the band name. How could I? The Rolling Stones. What a discography and such longevity in the fickle music business these days, or even then. I've never seen the Rolling Stones live. I don't really had any intention to. Maybe if they came to Australia one more time, will they? Are they still touring? Are they still creating music? Rolling Stones fans will know. Again, Rolling Stones fans are probably thinking that's relegated to number 14. The actual song Brown Sugar I'm not that familiar with. Again, as many, you could make this an hour commentary here, but yeah, how many songs has the Rolling Stones done? Brown Sugar wouldn't have come to mind for my choice if I were to place a Rolling Stones song. But yeah, so there they are. They're at number 14. It looks like artists aren't repeated, so these are 20 different artists we're going to encounter. I wonder if I can be bothered doing the Australian top 10 as well. I don't know. We'll see when we get there. Okay, just because this artist is above the Rolling Stone little bit there, it's Prince with Kiss. Ah, Prince. I am very grateful that I got to see him one and only time before he died. Yes, he played in Melbourne. Again, I don't remember the death year that he passed. Sad day for the music all around the world, of course, and fans of Prince. He played at the Arts Centre, the building called the Arts Centre in Melbourne, and probably the day after, or even the day that we heard news that he passed away, the building was lit up in purple lights. I think many of the buildings in Melbourne were, from memory, as tributes to Prince. Purple Rain, of course. So yeah, I've only seen him once. When I heard he came to Melbourne, I thought, what an opportunity, what a legend. Again, if I went to a trivia night of Prince, I would fail. But I love my favourite album. Again, I haven't listened to every single album in its entirety, but the one that stands out for me is Lovesexy. I just think it's very funky of that time. Fans may cringe at it, but I reckon I like it. It's an album I can and still do listen from beginning to end. So of his discography, yeah, I would put Lovesexy for me as my favourite. That track is not from Lovesexy, I don't think, no. But yes, of course, Kiss, how prominent is that? Covered by Tom Jones, yes, I recall. I think I'm going to dance now. Again, Prince fans might think mere position at number 13, lucky 13. Yeah, I would hope to think this is just a collection of 20 songs as opposed to ranking, but then if it was, they wouldn't have put numbers on them. I don't know. Anyway, let's go on to number 12. Wow, number 12 is Stairway to Heaven. Incredible. Led Zeppelin, by reputation alone, I know that they're legends. Again, I've never seen them live. I don't own any Led Zeppelin records or CDs or albums or anything, no surprise. But yeah, again, Led Zeppelin fans, I think, at number 12. But the song Stairway to Heaven, what a classic. We're blessed to have so many classic, timeless songs such as that one. So again, I don't know if relegated to number 12, but at least they're in the top 20. This is 1995. This was created in 1995, this list, so yeah. Okay, let's move on. Okay, coming in at number 11 is I Heard It Through the Grapevine. I have an awareness that that track has been covered many times, but this one is credited to Marvin Gaye, the original singer of it. I don't know. Again, yeah, it's a classic. Marvin Gaye fans might think at number 11. Again, this article claims to be the top 20 songs of all time, so that says something about him. Okay, at number 10 is Bridge Over Troubled Water. Classic Simon and Garfunkel. Yes, I love that song. I do have a few Paul Simon songs. I know that's when he went solo, not when he was together with together with Garfunkel. Yeah, that's probably the biggest song I know of theirs in terms of when they were Simon and Garfunkel, a partnership there. So yeah, that's in the top 10. I guess I would agree. Number 9 is Roll Over Beethoven by Chuck Berry. Okay, I have to put my dunce's cap on this one. I've heard of the artist Chuck Berry, but I really don't know much more about him or his discography. So I think I've heard of that track. I mean, the title Roll Over Beethoven does kind of ring a vague bell. Number 9, I don't know. Many other songs. I know Chuck Berry had quite, a number of tracks under his belt, and they've chosen that one. So, there we go. I'm sure Chuck Berry fans will appreciate it, though. Okay, I'm just covering up the article for number 7 with that little pinball game up there. So number 8 is Smells Like Teen Spirit, Kurt Cobain. Nirvana. When I think of Nirvana, I think of Weird Al Yankovic, Smells Like Teen Spirit. Yes, and that was pretty much, yes, that's the track that Weird Al Yankovic parodied. Lots of artists became to or started to understand or appreciate that if you were parodied by Weird Al Yankovic, it's not that he was making fun of you, you reached the status that it was able to be covered by him, meaning I think he pretty much made sure that the tracks that he covered were tracks that people were familiar with. So he wouldn't have picked like an obscure B-side of Kurt Cobain's. He would have picked, as he did, Smells Like Teen Spirit. So it Smells Like Nirvana. So yeah, So I think artists came to acknowledge and understand it was actually an honor and a privilege to be covered by Weird Al Yankovic. Even though Weird Al Yankovic, yes, very comic, is only from a comic bent, but if you were covered by Weird Al Yankovic, you know that you made it. You've made it in the music industry. So yes, I think Nirvana fans and rest in peace Kurt would be quite happy that that came in at number 7. Number 6 is Thriller, Thriller Night. Michael Jackson. You could have, I'm sure there are on YouTube, hours and hours of content. Years of content, if you put them all together. Michael Jackson, yes, Thriller. Again, many tracks I could even think of myself. Again, I didn't take the opportunity to see him live. I don't regret it. I know that those that have seen Michael Jackson anywhere in the world know how much of a spectacle and just an assault on the senses his concerts were. Such a legend. Michael Jackson still is a legend. I know for some people they don't like some of the things he has a reputation for. I won't go into that, but I think you know what I mean. To do with his Neverland Ranch. But I'm not talking about that. I'm just commenting about this article. But yes, unfortunately, it does conjure up those, I don't know, memories as well. But definitely, what a legend as a singer. I know Michael Jackson fans consider him the best singer of all time. So yes, Thriller is. Yes, it definitely makes sense to. Oh, I got the giggles. It makes sense to me that. That is at number 6. I'm sure Michael Jackson fans would prefer it to be higher. They would probably think it's number 1, even above Bohemian Rhapsody. But yes, Michael Jackson, you are in this article's top 20 songs of all time. 1995. From 1995. Around 1995. Okay, getting to the point again. Everything I do it for you. And you, and you, and you. Well, yes, that's a contemporary song, newer one of the batch. Yeah, very nice ballad. I have seen Bryan Adams, I think 3 times so far now, when he's come to Melbourne. Not every single time that he's come to Melbourne, but of his recent tours, I've seen him 3 times, at least 2 times. And yes, he has sung Everything I Do It For You, very beautiful track. So, I mean, does it, again, if it's just a ranking from okay to excellent, is it deemed fair to be number 5? I don't know. I don't think so, actually. I mean, I wouldn't put it at number 20, but I mean, they're probably happy that it's there, the writers and the singers. But yeah. Okay, let's move on. Number 4, I still haven't found what I'm looking for. The article actually continues up on the top right corner. Let me just get a shot of that. Okay, so it goes up to here as well. U2. No, U2 the band. Yeah. Again, I didn't take the opportunity to see them when they've come to Melbourne. Again, I don't regret it. I like some of their discography. But yeah, I'm not a super fan by any means. If they decide to tour Melbourne, maybe I'll just see them just for the, not the hell, well, yeah, for the hell of it. But I mean, they definitely have strange presence, stage presence, as well as musicianship and a great discography a back catalogue to perform to the audience. So, and they continue to make new albums. I don't think they've got anything out currently. I mean, new that is, but yeah. U2 fans would definitely be chuffed that they're at number 4. Would you pick that track? Again, there's so many tracks of U2 that you could pick that I could even think of, but that comes in at number 4. Well, this answers the question, are any artists double up? Yes, the Beatles come in again at number 3 with Yesterday. All my troubles seem so far away, but no, they're up there at number 3, yes. Beatles fans probably think every one of these 20 track selections should be a Beatles song. Fair enough. But I think you'd be happy as a Beatles fan to have that ranked at number 3, Yesterday. What a melancholy track. At number 2 is Like a Rolling Stone by Bob Dylan. The more legendary an artist, the more unfamiliar I am. I have heard of Bob Dylan. I think you'd have to be living under a rock not to know of Bob Dylan, at least by reputation. I don't know much more. Sorry. No, I'm not sorry. It's a fact that I don't have any Bob Dylan albums or vinyl or anything in my collection, so Bob Dylan fans should be rejoicing that he's at number 2. So for that track, so yeah, let's move on, and the big drum roll. Let's build it up just a little bit more. Will you cringe? Will you rejoice? Will you faint? Will you do cartwheels? Can you guess? The initials are BS. I'm not talking BS, of course, it's the one and only Bruce Springsteen for his song Born to Run. Oh, they've chosen that one and not Born in the USA, interestingly enough. There he is again. Born to Run. I'm going to speak to my manager about this. I'm going to sue the Australian magazine. I have been thinking about Bruce Springsteen on and off. No, not as some sort of daydream. It'd be amazing to meet the guy, I'm sure. If he ever tours Melbourne again, I would like to see him. I've heard from other people that have seen him live, the set list changes all the time. That's as far as I've been told, mind you, I'm only going by what I've heard. That the set list is never the same, like 2 concerts are never the same, and if he was allowed to, beyond curfew, of like surrounding neighbourhoods, disturbing houses that are maybe nearby arenas or the venue, he would continue to play. Like he would happily play 3-4 hours. I've heard that he just keeps playing and playing and playing because he loves it. I would think, I'm laughing again, I would think he's doing it for his fans, but I heard that he just loves to play live and he just could keep doing it for hours. You definitely would get your money's worth from Bruce Springsteen. I would hope he's still touring and he would still like to tour. Of course, I hope he comes to Melbourne and not Sydney. If you had to choose one city, I know some artists just pick one city when they come to Australia, and often it comes down to Melbourne or Sydney, usually, and often Sydney wins out, actually, to Melbourne, unfortunately. Although one time Melbourne did win out. Who was the artist that came just to Melbourne? Was it Taylor Swift? No, she went around Australia, didn't she? Oh, maybe I'll think of it later. I'll put it in the comments if I remember. There was an artist that just specifically had one show in Melbourne only, one time. I can't remember now. Bruce Springsteen, there you go. As for the Australian top 10, I think I'll save that for another concert. I've already talked for how long? Oh my god, how long have I talked for? Oh my god, nearly half an hour, almost 25 minutes. So I think I'll leave the Australian magazine dated 1995 that features the top 10 Australian songs, is that right? Australian top 10 for another video. So yeah, hope you enjoyed my stepping back in time. I know there's some paper articles I like to keep, and this is one because it's to do with music. I haven't kept every single newspaper article that has decided to do a similar content, but this one, as I've gone through my apartment, continuing now and then the donate, keep trash process, this is one article I will keep. So yeah, thank you for listening and watching if you reached to the very end, and catch you in my next video.